Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a little chatty video. It might not actually be little, I don't know why I just said little, but I've had a few questions recently asking me about school, like advice and like my situation, so like what grades I've got, what grades I got in A-levels, what uni I'm applying for and stuff like that. So I thought I'd just make a whole video just to like talk about my situation right now, and answer a few questions that some people have asked me and some advice, because I know people are probably at school already or just going back to school, whether it's uni, A-levels or GCSE, like secondary school or whatever. So I thought I'd just make a video for you guys just to like give you some advice like from what I've experienced and how you can like prevent that from happening and whatnot. So yeah, so I'm just gonna give you some background information quickly about me. Basically I did my GCSEs about 2 years ago. I got mostly A stars, A's, B's and a couple of C's, and then I went to A-level. I did A-level in a sixth form, and there I did 4 subjects. I did psychology, biology, chemistry and maths. So I did those subjects. Some people will be like, whoa, that's a really hard like combination of subjects to do, but I actually really enjoyed those subjects, so like it was all right for me in a sense. And then the grades which I got in my A-levels overall, I received my grades about a month ago maybe, and I got 3 A's and a B. So I got an A in biology, an A in chemistry and an A in maths, and then I got a B in psychology. So I was really happy with those grades. But now for the little whoa, I'm not going to university this year. No, I'm not going. It's a long story behind it, but basically I didn't get the uni which I wanted and for the course I wanted, so I thought it would be better if I just took a gap year, reapplied and then went straight through into the subjects that I wanted to study, instead of doing like any subject now for 3 years and then going to what I wanted to do. I'm sure people will be asking me like, what do you want to do in uni? Basically I want to actually do medicine in university. So people probably know like in the UK it's really difficult, like it's so competitive to get into a medical school. So in my case, because in AS I didn't get the best grades, well it is alright, but for medicine I got all B's in AS, and like most universities to get into medicine they want you to have all A's or ABB or AAB, like just to, so they know that you can kind of get to the top grades like A's and A stars and A-level. But because I got all B's, none of the universities I applied for gave me an offer, which was so like, it was so depressing. Well, not depressing, but like obviously it makes you feel down when you don't get anything. Like I was hearing all my friends, like some of them like as soon as they'd sent off their UCAS application, the next day or like a week later they've got all their offers. But then I was sat there and I was just sitting like, and especially considering medicine applications have to be due in on the I think it's the 15th of October, but all our other applications, except for those going to Oxford and Cambridge, all other applications are due in around January. So people were just like, oh yeah, I've got offers already, and I was just sat there like, no, I haven't got anything. I'd almost avoid people because I didn't want them to ask me like, oh, have you got any offers, because like what do you say in that kind of situation. So this year I'm basically going to be doing a gap year. I haven't like planned anything for definite yet, but what I'm thinking of doing is, at the moment I'm currently looking for a job so I can just get some extra money and just like to keep me busy during the year, because sitting at home for a year is not going to be fun, especially since like most of my friends are going to uni, so I won't really have many people like that I can just go out with whenever, which is kind of like, it's quite sad. Like I'm upset about it, but like it is how it is, I guess. Like yeah, so I've got planning to get a job, and I'm planning on doing some extra work experience for my course. So I'm hoping to get some work experience like in a care home or a hospice or something along those lines. And then also I'm pondering on the idea of going traveling. I actually really do want to go traveling, but I don't really know where yet. There's a company called Gap Medics which do like you travel like either to Thailand, Tanzania, or I think it's some country in Europe. But you go there and then you do like, you can do a placement in a hospital, or if you want to be a midwife you can do it like in a that kind of area or whatever. So I'm really considering doing one of those, or I might do a little trip with my church, because they organise missionary trips, or just like trips where you could help out in like orphanages and stuff, like in India, Uganda and Albania. So oh, the lighting has just changed, sorry guys, I'm a bit blue now. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing maybe that seems like quite a good idea as well. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep myself busy this year. So now for a few questions which I've received through YouTube. So JC Odraja F, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but I know that you watch my videos all the time, so hi. But he asked, did you do any retakes from year 12? So yes, I did do retakes from year 12, because I wanted to bump up my grade like overall in my A-levels. So I resat one module in every subject. So I did one in psychology, one in biology, one in chemistry, and one in maths, and they were all the bigger subjects of those, it was kind of a bit like whoa. But considering like what I'd learned in my second year of A-level, it was a lot easier to do those resits. So I ended up getting all A's in the resits, which was really good, so that really helped. And he asked any advice for chemistry. So with chemistry in AS, I found it quite difficult. I don't know, maybe it was just because I felt like in my classroom, because a lot of people did physics, like chemistry is quite similar to physics, so they were always like, oh yeah, that's the answer, oh yeah, that's the answer, and I was just there like, whoa, what's going on? So in AS I found it a bit difficult. Like it was alright, but in A2 what I basically did to like help myself was, one, I got a tutor, which really helped me, because like just having someone repeat like what you've learned kind of thing, it just reinforces it in your brain, so you end up remembering it better. And two, what I did is that before a lesson I would always look back at what I'd learned in the previous lesson, because the next lesson was always gonna have something to do with what we'd learned before. And I found that really helped, because then I kind of knew what they were talking about in lesson. I wasn't completely like, what is going on kind of thing. Some of the other questions are basically like, oh, what kind of advice do you have for A-levels and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna answer that now. So my first piece of advice is really obvious, is basically just work hard. A-level is not a breeze. Like GCSE you can get away with not revising and still getting a C or a B, but if you do that in A-level, you're not going to get a grade at all. Like you're not going to get anywhere with that. So literally you just have to work as hard as you possibly can. Always read over your notes. Keep a healthy balance between your social life and studying. So I would say like 50-50 is a no-go. Like you can't do 50% socializing and 50% work. I think probably about 60-70, I do maths here, 60-40 or 70-30, so 70% of work and 30% of social life. Like I think that kind of balance is better than 50-50, because I don't know, you just concentrate more. It's better to just concentrate more on your schoolwork, because at the end of the day, friends aren't going to get you into university. You're going to get yourself into university by the effort that you put into doing your work. Now, in terms of subjects, advice I'd give you is have a book and a folder for every single lesson, for every single subject that you have. So I had a notebook which looked like this. It's the campus notebook, Oxford campus notebook, and I had a different colour for each subject, and then I'd have a different coloured folder for each subject as well. And I found that really organised me, because then I know like I can put work in like particular books, and it's always going to be there kind of thing. Another good idea is to use PowerPoint presentations that you can find online, or maybe like your teachers have done some so you can save them. Another good idea is to get the specification of your subject. So like, say for instance, if you're doing biology F212, then get the specification for that, and that will just have points of like what you need to know for the exam kind of thing. As I said before, a good idea is to look back at the work that you've previously done in lessons before you go to your next lesson. That way you can, like, you remember what you've learned the last lesson better, and you can use that in your next lesson. And during exam season, past papers are actually your best friends. Like, they are your best friends. They are your best friends. I don't know why I clapped, that's so ghetto, but they are literally your best friends. Like, they were my best friends. If you don't do them, like, it's gonna be hard. Like, you won't know what you're expecting in the real exam. But literally, you can find all the past papers on, if you're with the exam board OCR, go to the OCR website and you'll find exam papers there for your subject, or AQA or EdExcel. Just look for exam papers because they're really, really useful, and try and do the exams in controlled conditions, so it's kind of like you're in the exam kind of thing. So yeah, in terms of like choosing your course and planning ahead kind of thing, I'd say like be organized. So try and do a lot of research into what you want to do. If you don't know what you want to study in university yet, I think the best bet is to ask around, like talk to different people, like what kind of subjects they did in university, or like what their friends have done in university. So go to the UCAS website. There's an area where you can literally look for, what am I trying to say? You can literally like find different courses that they do. Like, they do random stuff like Harry Potter, like learning about Harry Potter in university, or they just have so many different subjects. So definitely like check the UCAS website, because you might find something that you like. Also, you can just Google stuff. So if you're interested like in art, then Google art like based jobs or art courses or something like that, and it could lead you to different things that you may have never heard of but might be of interest to you. And to stay organized, I think one of the best things is to get like a massive calendar and just stick it on your wall. I'll show you my one quickly. So this is the calendar I was given by my school, and I just used this to organize, like just to write down when my exams were, like what dates and stuff, and it showed me when the half terms and stuff were, and it was just really, really useful. And because it's really big, it's like really obvious. Just use loads of color, just make it colorful, bright, exciting. That's something fun you can do, like to cool down after you've done some revision. So yeah, that's all I have to say today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to you. Let me know like what subject you're doing, like in A-level, how you're finding it, what subject, or like what uni you're going to, what subject you're studying in uni. Because I have a lot more time now before I get a job, fingers crossed I get a job, I should be doing some more videos, so look forward to those. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.